Yeah, good morning for everyone. In the today's class, you are learning about the second unit, relational model. Now, under the second unit, what are the topics will be there under the relational model? In the first unit, you learned about the file processing system and database management system and the database management system architecture. Then you learn about the ER diagrams and the ER diagrams components. Next, the last you learn about the extended features. Under the first unit, these are the major topics. Coming to for the 2 marks purpose, only three to four questions will be there. What are the roles and responsibilities of DBA according for your university exam? The next we are having what are the models under the database? What are the database models? The next we are having what are the different types of the attributes available under the ER diagram. These are the three questions is important for your university theory exam and your internal exam also from short answers. Coming to the LAQs, the first question, difference between the file processing system and database management system. It is very, very important. Next, we are having database management system architecture. Then the second question. Coming to the third question, we are having the extended ER features. These three questions are very, very important for your exam, for your internal and the university exam. The one more question will be there for designing the database. At the time of your designing the database, what are the issues you face? Issues. What are the problems you faced under the designing the database? These four questions are very, very important. Coming to the next unit, the second unit, under the second unit, you're learning about the relational models. Already you learned about the relational models under the data models. Now briefly we are learning about the relational model. Under the second unit, we are covering the, under the relational model, the structure of relational database. Under the relational model, how the structure will be there under the database. Then coming to here, the one more important question for your theory exam, fundamentals of relational algebra operations, additional relational operations and extended relational algebra operations. These three topics are very, very, very important under the second unit. Under the second unit, relational algebra operations, it is categorized as three types: fundamental relational algebra operations, additional relational algebra operations, extended relational algebra operations. Most of the students, they will confuse about the extended ER features is different, extended relational algebra is different. Under the extended relational algebra, we can get the aggregation function also. Here the specialization and generalization, specific attributes of the ER will not come under the ER. Just under the extended relational algebra, we are getting only for the aggregation functions. Both are the difference will be there. Now next we are going for the null values. Under the null values, how you are assigning under the relational model. Coming to the how you want to do, how you are modifying the data under the relational model. These are the relational model you are learning. The major scenario under the relational model, relational algebra operations. Under the relational algebra operations, it is categorized as three types: fundamentals, additionals and extended relational algebra. Now coming to the how you want to write the query under the relational model. SQL, structure query language. Query means when you are representing the statement, when you are writing the statement under the SQL prompt, at the time of executing the Oracle optimizer, we can call as a query. The query may be the any command, SQL command. We are having the 14 commands will be there. The 14 commands we are learning practically after the relational model you are learning. The next we are having, already you learned about the DDL, data definition language. Data definition language. Then basic structure of SQL query. How we are writing the SQL query, basic structure we will run. Under the SQL query, we have the basic structure for retrieving purpose. First we are having as a select statement. After the select statement, under the select statement we are projecting. We are projecting with the help of the columns. If you are not projecting, we can use the operator assignment, we can use the projection operator with the help of the star symbol. Then after then we are having the from class. Under the from class, from the which table you are retrieving the data. Under the from class, we can, if you are passing only for the single table or if you are passing the multiple tables. From after the from class, next we are having where class. The main purpose of the where class for filtering the data from the database. Under the where class, what is the condition you are giving? Based on the condition, it is filtering the data from your database under the records. For example, under the table, if you are having as a 20 records, from the 20 records, from the particular condition, if you are giving from under the EMP table, if you want to find out the highest salary of the employees, more than 5,000 salaries employee, if you want to find out, means it is filtering the each and every record. Then after the where class, next we are having group by class. Group by class means grouping together. After the group by class, then we are having the having class. Then after the having class, then we are having the order by class. This is the basic structure under the SQL query. Next, we are having the set operators will be there. We are learning the briefly under the set operators, aggregation functions. Under the aggregation functions, we are having 6 functions will be there. Max, minimum, average will be there. Then null values how we are assigning under the tables. If you are under the record, if you want to assign the value for the null values, how we are assigning. Next we are going for the nested queries. Nested query means query inside the another query if you are writing as a nested query. Coming to the complex queries will be there. Under the views we are having the simple views and the complex views will be there. Then next we are going for the joins. How we are joining the tables. These are the scenarios we are learning under the second unit. Now coming to the what is relational model. Relational model means the structure of the database, how we are designing. Relational database means it can consist of tables. The major definition for the relational model means it can consist collection of tables, not a one table. It can consist n number of tables. Each table is assigned by the unique name. For example, if you are creating under the database, if you are creating a table, the table name should be the uniqueness should be there. The row of the table is represented by the relationship among the set of the values. For example, if you are taking as a this is a table, under this table, this is a column, the column or attribute branch name, account number is a column or attribute, customer name and balance. These are the columns. These are the columns or we can call as a attribute. Now coming to here we are having as a record. This record means how many records means under the table means only the 4 records we are inserted. The first record we can call as a row. A row of a table is representing the relationship among the set of the values. See, the row of a table representing the relationship among the set of the values. Means at the time of we are inserting the row, means it is showing the relationship among the tables. Next we are going for the domain. Domain means a set of permitted values of the each attribute of the table is called as a domain. Now your understanding purpose, domain. Branch we can call as a domain. According to a set of permitted values of the each attribute of a table is called as a domain. About table has 4 attributes. About table we are having as a 4 attributes. These 4 attributes we can call as a domain. The domain of the attribute, the domain of the attribute of the brand, domain attribute of the column account number, domain attribute of the customer name, balance name. Now above the table have the 4 attribute, branch name, account number, customer name and balance. For each attribute is a set of permitted values will be there. Set of permitted values means, for example, branch name it can consist only for the character. Means it is specifying the specific data type of the particular attribute, then we can call as a domain. Now each attribute is set of permitted values called as domain of that attribute. For example, attribute branch name. Domain is a set of all branch names, similarly as a balance, domain of the all balance values. What I said, similar will be there. Next, if you are going for the what is relation, relation is a subset of the Cartesian product of the list of the domain. Means just now a row of a table is representing relationship among the set of the values. Means it is representing the relationship among the set of the values among the row. Here also same thing. A relationship is a subset of the Cartesian product. Cartesian product means combination of all attributes, then we are calling as a subset. For example, in the above relationship deposit, there are four attributes. D1 is the domain of the branch name. D2 is the set of the account number. D3 is the customer name. D4 is the balance name. Now it is a relationship is existing among the customer and the deposit. For each row under the deposit relation consists four tuples will be there. V1, V2, V3 or we are calling as a tuples. Now V1 is a branch name. V1 is a branch name. V1 is under the domain D1. V2 is a account. V2 is a domain under the D2. Means it is existing about the relationship. Is generally deposit will come under only the subset of possible rows. Now coming to the tuple. Tuple, when we are calling as a tuple, the row we are calling as a tuple. Row have a given flat value in the table we are calling as a tuple. Means this we are calling as a tuple. A we are calling as a tuple. Actually the term according to the industry we can call as a field. According to the DBMS we are calling as a tuple. The row of a given flat value table we are calling as a tuple of the relation. In the above relationship there are 5 tuples, 5 rows will be there. Means here we are having as the 5 rows will be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now under the 5 rows, if you are given the relationship cardinality is 5. The degree of the relation, the number of attributes is given, we are calling as a 4. Means we are having as a 4 tuples will be there. The degree we are calling as a 4 relationship we are calling. Now how you want to represent the keys under the relational database? Keys is very important under the relational database. Majorly the keys are divided into primary key, candidate key, alternate key, secondary key, super key and foreign keys. These are the keys will be available under the relational database. Key means a data items is used to identify. Means the data item, the content of the information it is identifying with the help of the key only we are calling as a key. For example, a located of the record we are calling as a key means it is identifier. Entity is the identifier. Now if you want to say the key means when the content of the information, when you are identifying at the particular location of the attribute or the particular location of the column, then we can call as a key. Keys is a various type of the keys will be available under the relational database. We are having as a primary key, candidate key, alternate key, secondary key, super key and foreign key will be there. Now first we are focusing about the if we are focusing about the primary key. Primary key is identified as a data items of the attribute which uniquely identified the record. Means when you are defining the primary key when we are defining means at the time of we are designing the data structure, at the time of you are defining the database schema, for the database schema under the particular attribute, when you are declaring as a constraint as a primary key. If you are defining the constraint as a primary key means for that column or the attribute we cannot insert the duplicate values, we cannot insert the null values. Primary means only it is a uniquely identified the record. Next, if you are seeing under the according to the table, under this table we are having as a student relation will be there. Under the student table, row will be there, roll number will be there, name, date of birth, second language and the division will be there. Now the rule number, under the rule number only the unique value will be there. Under the name also we are having as a unique will be there. The date of birth also we are having as a repeated will be there, duplicate will be there. Coming to the second language is repeating. Division also it is repeating. From the among the columns, the rule number only we are defining as a primary key. Means the primary key means uniqueness should be there. No duplicate value, no null values. Now coming to the candidate key. Under the candidate key, in the relation which there is no in the relation there is more than one attribute combination processing of the uniqueness identifying property. Now coming to the candidate key, under the candidate key, if you are declaring the attributes more than one attribute, if you are identifying as a uniqueness, under the various combination of the attribute, we can serve as attributes as a primary key. Among the primary key we are considering as a candidate key. Now for example, if you are taking candidate key, rule number also uniqueness will be there, name also uniqueness will be there. Sweta, Dhartri, Shivani, Kavya, Jagruti, Shravani. Means here the uniqueness will be there. According to your candidate key, the uniqueness identification properties among the attribute means here we are having as a rule number and the name also both are uniqueness. Now if you are having as a compositeness of the primary keys, composite set of the primary keys, among that we should consider as a candidate key. The subset of the candidate key is not a primary key. See here. Means if you are declaring as a two attributes as a candidate key, if you are declaring as a two attributes as a candidate key, rule number and the name, now the subset of the candidate key is not a primary key. In the given relationship, student, rule number can be identified as each row is uniquely rule number. So it is one candidate key. Second, language and date of birth can identify each row also uniquely. It is not more than one candidate key, means duplicate value will be there. We should not consider. Means subset of the candidate key is not a primary key. Coming to date of birth and division, it is more than one candidate key will be there. Roll number and date of birth here can identify each row is uniquely, but is a subset of the key is a rule number, date of birth will be there. Here rule number is a primary key. As per the definition, subset of the candidate key is not a primary key. Means the subset of the candidate key we should not declare as a primary key. So rule number and date of birth is not a candidate key. Means we can consider rule number and the name we can consider as a rule number and student name we can consider as a candidate key. Next, coming to the alternate key. Candidate key that is not a part of primary key we can call as a alternate key. Means under the candidate key, when you are declaring it is not a part of a primary key, then we can call as a alternate key. In a given relationship, rule number is a uniqueness of the every student. All student names are unique. No student having as a same name. We can choose either the rule number or the name or the primary key, what I said just now. In such cases, many arbitrarily chooses one of the candidate key, say rule number as a primary key of the relation, candidate key that is not a primary key. Means in your mind we should remember, if you are defining the candidate key, that candidate key will not consider as a primary key. Such relation, student, is called as a alternate key. Now the candidate under the candidate key is not as a primary key. At the time we can consider as a alternate key. If rule number is a primary key, name is a alternate key. Means among the primary keys, just now if you are considering as a student roll number and student name, the student name if you are defining as a primary key, the student name if you are not defining as a primary key, then at the time we can consider as a alternate key. Now coming to the foreign key. Foreign key means when we are using the foreign key means it is a reference between the two tables. Between the two tables, when you are having as a binary relationship existing between the parent and the child table, at the time we can use as a foreign key. For example, if you are taking as a department table, under the department table we are having department number, department name and department location will be there. These are the three columns will be there, four records will be there. Coming to the employee table, under the employee table, employee number, employee name, department number will be there. Means under the parent table, it is acting, department number is acting as a primary key. Coming to under the EMP table, it is acting as a foreign key. Under the foreign key means it is giving the reference to the child table. Under the foreign key, duplicate values will be there. What are the values is existing under the primary key, those values should be there under the foreign key of the particular attribute of the column of the values of the tuples. Next we are going for the secondary key. The system may also uses a key which does not identify the unique record or the tuple, which identify all those we are called certain property we can call as a secondary key. Secondary key means system may also uses the key, means by default if you are not assigning at the time of you are creating the table, by default the system will assign the uniquely as a secondary key. When it is assigning means at the time of you are working as a, under the index. At the time of async scenarios, the secondary key concept will be by system automatically it will assign. Student have the value as the attribute, the second language may use as a secondary key. The key could be used to identify those entities belonging to the secondary language in the Telugu as Sanskrit. Coming to the super key is very important. More than one attribute combined together we can call as a unique identification of the records is identified as a super key. Means under the table if you are having n number of columns, from the n number of columns if you are identifying as a unique identification of the attributes, that unique identification of attribute combining together we can call as a super key. If we are showing under the figure supply, product, then enough identity for the row. Uniqueness information of the each row is a combination of attribute, supply and product. Here supply plus product we are calling as a super key or concatenated key will be there. Now these are the keys, 5 keys available under in your syllabus. The next we are going for under the relational algebra. What are the relational algebra will be there under the query language. Actually the structure query language is request the information from the database. This language is a high level but standard programming language. It is categorized as two types, procedural language and non-procedural language. Coming to the procedural language, under the procedural language, instruct the system to perform the sequence of the operation. Under the procedural language, it will perform the sequence operation should be performed under the procedural language. Coming to relational algebra is a procedural query language. According to your syllabus, you are learning about the relational algebra. Under the relational algebra, it is performing as a procedural query language. The procedural query language is performing under the sequence of operation. Non-procedural operation means it will not perform the sequence. Now, under the non-procedural, it describes the information desired without giving the specific process obtaining the information. Now, coming to the relational algebra, under the relational algebra, it is categorized as the different types of the operations will be there. Under the relational algebra of the procedural query language, it can consist set of operations will be there. The first operations under the relational algebra, it is categorized as three types: fundamental relational algebra, additional relational algebra, then extended relational algebra operations will be there. Under the fundamental relational algebra operations, we are having as a selection operation, projection, union, set difference, Cartesian product, and rename. 6 operations will be available under the relational algebra. Under the relational algebra, when you are using as these 6 operations will come under the relational algebra. Selection operation. Selection operation, when we are using the selection operation means we are retrieving from the database. Under the database server or under the database server or database center, if you want to retrieve the information, we can retrieve with the help of the select command. Then coming to the projection. Projection operator, when you are using the projection operator means under the select statement, when you are projecting the columns, if you are not projecting the columns, if you are using as a asterisk, asterisk means under the table how many number of columns will be there, all columns will be retrieved from the table. At the time you can use projection operation. Union means combination of two tables we can call as a union. Means under the union from the table from the T1 table, T2 table, if you want to combine at the time we can use the similar column of the attributes, at the time we can use as a union. With the help of the union we cannot join the two tables. Coming to the set difference. Set difference means between the two tables, if you are using as a set difference, the set difference we are identifying with the help of minus symbol. Coming to the Cartesian product. Cartesian product is representing with the help of into mark. Cartesian product means from the table, under the relational table, without giving the any cardinality principle or without giving the any constraints, if you want to retrieve, we can retrieve with the help of the Cartesian product, with the help of the from table. Under the from table, when you are giving as a two table name without giving the where class, under the where class we are not giving the any condition. From the two tables, if you want to retrieve the condition, at the time we can take as a Cartesian product. Rename means when you are using the rename means for the giving the table rename purpose we are using the rename. Now if you want to see the practicals how we are representing under the relational model under the projection operator. The projection operator we are representing with the help of, see a selection operator we are representing with the help of the symbol as a lowercase Greek word. Now under the selection operation, the tuples is satisfied predicate, the lowercase of the Greek word sigma, with the help of the sigma we are representing as a selection operator. Now selection, if you want to represent according to relational syntax, we can representing with the help of the sigma. Now we can use all comparison we can use. Now coming to, if you want to use projection, the projection operator we are using with the help of the pi symbol. Projection operator we are using with the denoted with the help of the pi symbol according to your relational algebra. According to your DBMS we are using as a asterisk symbol. Now see here we are projecting as a list of the attribute. List of the attribute we are using as a project pi symbol we are representing here. Pi with list of the attributes. In the table what are the attribute, roll number and computer. Next we are going for rename. If you want to give the table rename, the Greek word we are using as a row. Row. The table name if you want to give as a row. Example row teacher, then instructor. Already the instructor will there, the instructor we are giving as a teacher. Coming to the Cartesian product we are representing with the help of the cross symbol. Means Cartesian product we are using between the two tables for retrieving the multiple column purpose we are using the Cartesian product. Then next we are going for the union. Union means we are representing with the help of U symbol denoted with the help of U or R union S. Then next we are going for set difference. Set difference we are representing with the help of the minus symbol. These we are learning with the practicals in the coming class after completing your the first unit. What are the operators will be there? These operators practically we are doing with the help of the tables. Thank you in the today's class. The next class we are learning about additional relational algebra and extended relational algebra. Thank you.